I'm just thinking, I think they're going to hear her weak little cough at some point and go, what are we hearing? And I feel like we should tell them that Zoe's in the room.
No.
Slumped in the corner like a little puddle of protoplasm. Little sad face.
Hi, welcome to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. My daughter's over there. She had her tonsils out Friday and it didn't go well.
It's been slower. No,
It
went beautifully. It's just been
fine.
slower than any of us like.
Yeah.
Because things have gotten weird when she says, I don't want any more ice cream. Because that's the whole big selling point on getting your tonsils out. You can have all the ice cream you want. It's going to be great.
She's had like one bowl.
Yeah, and we went out and picked out all of these Ben & Jerry flavors for her. She even got whipped cream. Nah, she's having none of it.
It's awesome, though.
Yeah, because you've been squirting it directly in your mouth, which is the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
We do the rabid dog thing. Classic.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm not on the internet. My Wi-Fi is disconnected, so I went through and I searched the available ones. When you're going to do this, especially if you're in an office building, in an office complex like this, Thor Strong, Manhunter, and Steel Abs. Maybe not something you want to throw out there.
Maybe not as professional.
There's one worse, but that's mine.
Yeah, let's not mention that one.
So much is going on. Big news. Big news.
Okay, so I'm so torn on this. Are we happy? Are we like...
What do you mean? Are we happy? Give me that. Of course we are. Eagle Mountain's on the map. Now, this has been going on.
Do they know they're building over an Indian burial ground, which we have discussed before?
And we discussed that.
We say this as a joke, sort of, but not really.
Right, because that's why in 1 year they had 5 different mayors. Because things weren't just right, were they?
Things went crazy.
So anyway, they've been working on this, I guess. Last time Facebook was looking for a place, they met with people from Utah and stuff, and they said, don't forget us. They picked someplace else. I said, don't forget us.
Look how cute we are here. We're so cute.
And then they turned around. They came back and they said, you know what? And we were offering the place out west and stuff where there's really no a large complex or anything at all. And so basically what they're doing is they're going to move in, and guess how big this place is going to be?
I believe it's 1 million square feet, right?
1 million square feet.
Nice.
Yeah. Now
so
here's the point.
Good.
1 million square feet. How many employees?
Here's the irony. They're going to have 200 construction workers, so that's cool.
Oh, they're going to have more than 200 construction workers for $1 million.
And they're, I believe they get $158 million in tax breaks. But here's the thing. The data center is going to be almost completely self-autonomous, which just the concept of that kind of freaks me out. 1 million square foot data warehouse.
NSA.
And it's autonomous.
Yeah. How many employees do you think? 1 million square feet.
1 million square feet.
40.
Well, they said it might be as much as 100.
For 1 million square feet. Reminds me of the NSA, doesn't it? Data center. Now, one of the big deals is the property they're buying it on, the 487 acres, is a greenbelt classification and has a base annual property tax of $5,867.
Wow.
The land is expected to produce $8.4 million in a year in property taxes once it's developed. Now, what they had to do is they had to work with everybody, because
this is the part that I'm amazed that so many different people could keep their mouths shut, because that is like, I suck at keeping a secret.
Oh,
and imagine all of these people.
She wanted to work with the CIA, and it's just like tell us the secret. She go, okay. The submarines over there.
No. They could totally torture me, and I would hold out. No, I could hold out, and they would torture me. And then when somebody got me a snack, I would slip and go, oh, did you know that the spy guy's over there? I mean, that's what would happen. It wouldn't be that I would willingly tell them. It would slip out like I'm a complete moron. That's how it would work.
I've tortured you. It goes about 3 seconds. We've been married for 20-something years.
Well, that's because I can't, attack you. I can't do anything disabling to you.
We'll work on that later. So maybe this is just a me thing, but they have to get power out there. They have to get water out there, because if you remember,
so the water district had to approve it, and the school district, because they would get the revenue.
And it's got 2 roads, but they're not going to have a problem. There's 40 employees, but they need cooling towers, so they can keep the equipment cold like they do at the NSA.
Well, it's pretty cool too, though, because they're going to do a lot of solar work. They're trying to keep this really self-sustaining so that it's not doing a huge power drain. So that's pretty cool.
The winners are Eagle Mountain and also construction companies, because they're going to be, making some money and making their thing happen.
Well,
So
here's
that's
the
kinda
theory,
cool.
because there were a lot of questions from the press about, okay, well, given all the tax breaks you're offering between
Right.
Utah County and Eagle Mountain
Right.
and the state of Utah, where is the value here? And what they were saying is, okay, Facebook is the anchor, but it's, if you think about it, it's like a mall and like Walmart comes in or Target comes in. And so then you're trying to sell to other retailers, and you're going, we've already got Target. And they're like, oh, you got Target. Okay, so there's already, okay, good. So
you make a
that's the goal.
complex,
Yeah.
business complex.
Bingo. They're hoping that this is sort of like the anchor and that a bunch of other businesses will
But
come around it.
they're going to be making money off of Facebook. They seriously are. I can't believe what 1 million square feet looks like.
I'm not sure I can even begin to. That's
It's like a football stadium.
oh, it's more than that. Are you
I
kidding?
don't know. Well, it's 100 yards, and then wait, I'm doing math.
You're adorable. Well, don't look at me. It's not like I can do yards.
Kentucky
either.
Fried Chicken has broken my heart.
I
You
don't
know my
understand
weakness.
this.
You know my weakness. Trying to lose weight. Don't even drive by that way anymore. Can't drive by 2100 South and at 13th East. Can't do it. Nor the ones down on State Street, the original one. Can't do it because that's like more. Oh, it's like the homage. It's like you take a pilgrimage to the very first one. You can't do that either.
The all-you-can-eat bar. Remember that? All the potatoes and corn. And
I'd just be dead before I got to
niblets.
my car. They're offering a healthy menu.
okay, why do you think we come to you? KFC, why do we come to you?
So let's
All right?
say this.
If I wanted a bleak, despairing, low-fat meal,
we'd stay at home.
yeah, I mean, but why do you think we come to you? What do we seek when we come to you, my darling?
So
It's
we're
not
standing at the counter, and
vegetarian chicken.
and you're gonna get vegetarian chicken and lightly powdered zucchini fries, and I'm like, give me the wheelbarrow full of extra crispy, please.
See,
That's
this,
not gonna work. You
this
don't
is
go.
the-
You don't go to Whole Foods for onion rings. You don't. You go there for Sprouts and stuff.
well, even when I was a vegetarian, and I was a strict vegetarian for a long time before you broke me. Not that it's your fault. You tried to be good about it. But it's like, they always come up like, there's healthy meat-free alternatives. And it's like, no. I've accepted that I'm a vegetarian. I've accepted that nothing that looks like meat will come near me.
And why would you shape it like meat?
Don't pretend that you're giving me meat, but that it's not really meat, and that I won't notice the difference, and I'll be okay, because I will know, and you're just depressing me.
And they put those.
Let's
fake,
just be clear about what we're doing here.
They put
There's
those
no meat.
fake grill marks on it. And it's like, it's vegetables. Just make it a vegetable burger. Don't even make it the same shape as a hamburger.
Give it the self-esteem to just be what it is,
Don't shame it.
Besides that, I don't. They say lower fat and everything, but it's like, well, then all
Screw
the
you. Are
the
you
crunchy.
seriously? You're going to
Oh, no,
stand
but then
there?
all the crunchy coating's
I'm looking at the
gone.
menu right now. It's just like, burn that half off. I don't even want to see it anymore. Give me that.
Well, if there's no crunchy coating, what's the point? That's the whole point of Kentucky
whole
Fried
point.
Chicken is you bite through the crunchy coating.
This is the cool thing about the Salt Lake City Library.
Tell me.
They are now offering. You have it.
I don't, but this is actually a really interesting story.
Nexalon, is it called?
Naxalone. And you've heard about this before. A lot of the other libraries around the country have started stocking Naxalone, which of course is the anti-overdose drug that you use for opioids and other things. And it's incredible. You can administer it nasally or you can do an injection. And what they were doing is they were finding that a lot of the homeless and those with lower incomes were circulating around the library, which we see a lot here.
Right.
It's a warm place, or it's a cool place, or it's a safe place. And they went, can you guys do this? And interestingly, they were doing a study nationwide, and of I think it's over 500 libraries they've approached thus far, only one said, we can't handle it. We
Right.
can't. The other 499 said, yeah, if we can help, we want to do that. Because
Right.
a lot of them get to know some of these people. They get to know who they are and a little bit about their story. So Salt Lake City's main downtown library is the next step for this.
A lot of librarians have been saving, men and females, have been saving lives all this while, and now
that incredible?
they're training themselves in doing this. Now the deal is that It's misleading when they say a syringe because they're not doing needles. They're doing the gel.
Well, the syringe is also a nasal inhalant.
Right. When they say syringe, everybody's thinking needle.
Okay, sure.
And that's not, people are like, oh, I can't do that.
I just say nasal inhalement.
All right.
Is that better?
They're giving them away with no questions asked. Now, I looked it up on GoodRx. Now, is that the nasal one?
I'm not sure. It might just be part of a first aid kit. That looks like it's the syringe one, though.
Anyway, the cost of this, and they're giving away free with no questions asked. The cost is, would you come up with $20 for a single and $65 for a set of 4? I would love to have these in a first aid kit or something, but you'd have to drive around in your car, and then when it's 180 degrees in your car, that affects a lot of medications.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this one impacts.
So it's better to have the people who really need it have it on hand, because you'd have to have it close by, wouldn't you?
I would think. I mean, I don't know. I think it's an amazing thing, and the fact that it's managed to save so many lives. And if you think of $20, and then you think of the value of a human life that could be saved, it's amazing to me. But I do admire these librarians, because that's a huge amount to ask of any one person. Hey, we'd like you to save lives. Okay.
But I just got over the Dewey Decimal System.
That was a while ago, baby.
So?
That's a while ago. Maybe we should just go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily newsroom. She's brought to you by Fink and McGregor Mortgages Made Simple. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, you'd be amazed at how much information you can get in 4 minutes, and then someone calls you back within the next business day. In today's market, you have got to be ready to go. Please let them get you ready and save thousands upon thousands of dollars on your loan closing as well. Also by Brio Technologies. Now, these guys are amazing. They're the experts in your lighting, sound, and video. They build these incredible media centers for high schools. They go on the road with rock stars. They do everything. And you can just go to brioaudiovisual.com to have them set you up. And by the New Millennium Financial Group. Look, let's be honest. Do you know all the steps you have to take to be ready for retirement, or see if your kids have a college fund? These are the people who will ask you the questions and help you get started. There's already a free analysis just there if you want to go check out utahsfinancialplanner.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Hello, everyone. Here's what's making news on Wednesday, May 30th on GephartDaily.com. Police officers had to put in an emergency call for help when an unruly crowd attacked them at a skate park Tuesday night. The Salt Lake City police officers were attempting to make an arrest at Fairmont Skate Park at 2200 South 900 East when they were set upon by the crowd. The patrol officers radioed for help and police units responded from across the valley. Officers managed to fend off the crowd and place 2 people under arrest. 2 other suspects remain at large. The officers who were attacked suffered scrapes and bruises. The armed robbery suspect killed Monday afternoon in an officer-involved shooting in West Jordan has been identified. 23-year-old Michael Glad died in the aftermath of a robbery at a nearby 7-Eleven at 6200 South and Dixie Drive around 2 p.m. According to West Jordan police, Glad brandished a weapon and then stole a police vehicle after being confronted by officers. Glad was shot and killed while speeding from the scene. A police canine, which was in the back of the patrol vehicle, was uninjured in the shooting. And officials have identified a 19-year-old man who died Saturday evening after his side-by-side UTV rolled during a family outing in Weber County. Ogden resident Jaden Parent was driving the UTV with his 18-year-old brother when he took a turn too fast and was ejected from the vehicle. Rescue teams worked to save Parent, but he died en route to the hospital. The cause of the accident remains under investigation. And time now for a look at your Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's top audiovisual specialists, and by Magic Wash, home of the long-lasting ceramic car wash with outlets in South Ogden and in Layton. It's another grand forecast for the Wasatch Front, where it'll be warm and breezy for the next few days with plenty of sunshine and highs in the mid to upper 80s. A small storm front will lead to a cool down Friday with highs in the 70s and a chance of showers, but will dry out over the weekend with temps back in the 80s. That's it for now. For more news and weather 24/7, go to GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
It looks like yours
Thank you, Daisy. Thank you very much. We want to tell you about, what am I doing?
You're doing New Millennium Financial.
Oh, financial. And, a lot of people are thinking to themselves, I got it all set up. I've been putting away money, or not. I've got a 401k, or not. And then you say, okay, and I've got some 401k. I got all this stuff. Now, what do I do with it? And the people at Millennium Financial are going to take it and make a plan for you. You've already done all the hard work. They're going to put it now. It's like, okay, looking towards retirement. What's going to happen then? Social Security, what's going to happen then? How do you get ready for that process if you're younger than that? And they are going to take care of you. And all you have to do is go to utahfinancialplanner.com. All right.
This is a very, very cool thing. We just barely had Memorial Day, and I was up walking through the graveyard. We live by Salt Lake City Graveyard, the cemetery, the big one. And I was walking past all of the soldiers' graves, which, as you know, all the tombstones are neatly laid out. And people come by and they leave stones on top or coins or memories. And every single one of the graves had flowers, which was really important. And I was thinking about, you go back to all of, like, the endless series of wars we had and how many people went, I've got to do this, I'm going to go, okay, this is what I do. But the University of Memphis acknowledged Memorial Day in possibly like the coolest freaking way I have ever heard in my lifetime.
Yes, sir.
They're waiving the tuition for any Tennessee resident 24 years or younger who qualifies for the Folds of Honor Scholarship. Basically, it's part of a national group that's been looking for universities who say, can you match what we donate so that this person can have, the qualifying people can have free tuition. Right. And what it is it goes to spouses and children of fallen soldiers.
Oh, really?
So what it means
under
now,
25.
Yeah. So
Under
what it means
25,
now
okay.
is that any spouse or child of a fallen serviceman or woman will get free tuition at the University of Memphis until they graduate.
That's pretty cool.
Now that's like actually stepping up and celebrating Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
That's a great program.
And to be completely honest, I absolutely think they should.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So anyway, it's wonderful news.
First of all, we want to say thank you for watching and sharing this and being crazy.
4 million views.
I have no idea.
We're at 4 million
I should
views.
dress better.
4 million times.
Or shave.
Yeah, some grooming wouldn't hurt.
Ask me if I'm growing a beard.
Don't grow a beard.
Lazy. That's
No,
it.
baby.
I'm just lazy.
Okay, thank God. Because the last time you grew a beard, you looked like one of those crazy guys in Montana that buries weapons in his front yard. And at first I didn't really mind, because you know how you see your spouse every day, so it doesn't really impact you. And then you look at a picture and you go, I think my husband's the Unabomber. Let's shave.
I can go downtown. I can stand in the corner, do this and do that, and make money.
Maybe you could kick that guy out of his spot from the Dunkin' Donuts driveway.
No, he swears at people. You go get your Dunkin' Donuts, and you go, thank you very much, and you pay for it, and you drive out. Has no sign whatsoever, and you have to stop there because you got to wait for the cars going by. And he's
got a great captive audience.
And he's just like this. You're stupid.
Cholesterol.
Have a great
Your
day.
sprinkles are ugly. Yeah, it's really.
Have a great day. Every time.
Hey, he has his purpose.
And when he's not there, you're like, I hope he's okay. Jerk face. All right, so Christopher's. I'm going to tell you about Christopher.
Right.
Speaking of downtown.
Prime Steakhouse, the most glorious steakhouse in the entire state. We selected well, my friends.
And if you share the show, basically you're in for the drawing. What do you get? Well, you get a table for 4. And it sounds so simple, but it is so wonderful. When you're going to sit down and you go look across the table and you go say, who are you? And you'll say, I'm your wife. And you go, oh, that's awesome.
Who are you?
Who are these
your
people?
Best friends?
Oh, you. Wow, what a time. And you guys get to hang out and have fun. And that's just for writing and sharing the show right now. And we do the drawings on Fridays.
Yeah, it's very, very simple. So, yes, we would love to have you win. We're drawing Friday. It should be you.
Coming up next.
Coming up?
No.
Yeah.
No, health
it is.
fad. No, I'll say it again. No.
No, it's very, very popular.
Bugs and milk.
I was looking at the numbers.
It's next.
It's popular. We're brought to you by Fink & McGregor. Mortgages made simple. Just head to fink-mcgregor.com. Take 4 minutes to answer some questions, and you'll get a great idea about mortgages that you're eligible for. And by Stay Fit Wellness Clinic. Go get a personalized health analysis. This is the time to get back in shape. Feel better, feel younger, and without a ton of new medications at stayfitwellnessclinic.com.
I knew I forgot something. the Todd and Erin
What did you forget?
daily stream. Can I do it here?
What are you doing?
Well, I got this video I want to show you, but let's do your story first.
Because this is really good.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
if you have big bug issues, just turn down the sound for a minute, okay, on your computer, just for a second. There is a brand new beauty treatment,
No.
and they call it the superfood.
No.
Now, what they're finding
Yeah.
is that this superfood is most
No.
nourishing and highly caloric substances on the planet. It
No.
boasts 4 times as much protein as cow's milk
No.
and contains essential amino acids to promote cell growth, lipids that keep our bodies healthy, and sugars that fuel energy.
No.
They say that there's prettifying benefits to this particular liquid.
Uh-huh.
They say that it's evidence that it shows growth hormones, and
No.
they say that they're claiming at these salons that it de-accelerates the process of aging.
What is it? Tell everybody.
It's cockroach milk. Okay. I'm going to get through this because I'm phobic about cockroaches.
First of all, I have to ask a question. How do you milk a cockroach?
The nutrient-rich milk crystals found inside the Pacific beetle cockroach. This is the protein crystals that are used as food for cockroach infants. But the research is showing that it could be beneficial to humans as well.
So are they milking these? They have little tiny teats, and they're just like milking the cockroaches like this? Is that how it's working?
I'm pretty sure they're just killing them
Or
and
like
sucking
stroking it
and
like this,
sucking it
and
out of them or something.
creates the stuff. And do you take it orally? Or
They've been using it as facial masks. They've also been putting it in capsules to swallow.
nice.
And so you have to find a pregnant cockroach
See, now you're thinking suppositories wouldn't be that bad, would it?
laying eggs, and then what they do is they utilize the cockroach milk to
There you go.
crystals to cover the eggs, and then as the larvae hatch, they consume the milk crystals.
Yeah, it's good.
So first you find a pregnant cockroach,
Which might be harder than you think,
then you
because they all look the same.
remove the secretion containing the milk crystals. I'm going to go put my head down for a minute here.
All right. So, if you're looking till you look younger, you need to put some cockroach milk on your face.
No, this is actually a thing in New York City and Beverly Hills salons.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
They're not
They do
real.
it. No, they do. They do it.
Idiots.
They do it. And they're actually selling the cockroach milk capsules online.
The little cardboard containers, so you pop it open, put your straw in. Little sippy, milky things.
You know, I was pretty sure I was almost over my cockroach phobia
No,
until this exact moment.
not that. Can't do it.
Ah,
Hey, we're going to skip B3. B4,
why are we skipping? Okay.
because I'm going to do the video at B5. Okay. So.
This is actually a much more cheerful thing.
Yeah.
All right. We all know we're the baby making capital of the universe here, right? We have the most young people here in the state of Utah.
It's true.
We have a lot of babies. I like babies, so for me, this is a plus. All my friends have babies. I get to hold the babies. Everybody's happy. Then I look at Todd with that pleading expression. He goes, "You can't have any more babies." So, you know.
I go, put the baby back.
But
Erin, drop the baby. Not
No.
drop the baby.
Now, almost all of us have been through this, and that's the epidural. Now, not only,
one.
it's a pretty useful system of pain relief if you think about the actual concept that they're inserting a needle between 2 of your vertebrae and your spine. It's a little intense, but it's usually costs more than $1,000. Well, they have
I
found
have no idea.
that there's a much cheaper alternative, and they're starting to
I
take
know.
this in some of the birthing units around the country.
Cockroach milk?
No. Thank God. Nitrous oxide. Remember laughing gas?
Right.
You love it at the dentist. I can't take it because it makes me incredibly paranoid. And I always think people are doing things behind my back, and my eyes are darting back and forth that mask. What they're
Yeah,
finding,
you just
though,
gotta. I just keep putting the thumbs up. It's like crank it,
no, it's a very old method of relieving pain during labor, and it's now making a comeback.
and it's okay with a baby.
Well, here's the deal. It doesn't impact the child. It doesn't go through the bloodstream in the same way,
What?
and so it's not impacting the fetus. And so it was really interesting. A couple of the mothers here really wanted to try it. They were researching labor options, and so they've asked a couple of the local hospitals
I'll try it.
who both turned it down, but then they went to a birthing center and said, let's try.
Right.
And when it became such a huge success at the birthing center, they started taking the results over to a couple of the natal units at some
Yeah.
of the local hospitals. hospitals going,
Yeah.
look at this as an option
Right.
because this is pretty cool.
Right.
But it's really interesting. So what they're doing is they're saying for a lot of women, they could do most of it without the epidural, but there's just peak points.
Right.
I mean, especially when you hit the transition moment, and everyone who knows that phrase transition knows exactly what I'm talking about, where you
Yeah.
need some help. You need something to take the edge off. And what they're saying, though, is that Sarah Hakia, who's a nurse midwife at the University of Utah Hospital, she said this has been used for a really long time. It's got a great safety record.
Plus, you
It's been
can
used
pick
since
your
the
flavor.
1800s.
You can pick your flavor, like bubble gum.
As our daughter learned.
Yes.
But this is what's interesting. You don't get loopy or laughy. I know they always say laughing gas. It's a lower percentage of nitrous. It's an oxygen nitrous oxide. It's about a 50-50 blend.
Right.
So they don't get too dizzy. They don't get too tired.
I
But
like
they
it a little
said-
stronger than that.
I know. But they say everybody has this moment where you say, I can't do this.
Oh.
And if you can get a
That's what
hit of
this is.
nitrous oxide.
That's what this is.
What?
This is the golden. This is the thing
What?
that when you always see it in the movies when the women finally they okay, I was kidding. I need the meds, and they can't give you the shot
'Cause
They
it's too
can't-
late by
and
then,
It's too
yeah.
late. Nitrous oxide to the rescue.
I think that's really exciting. So anyway,
so.
it's a good thing, and it's really being spearheaded here in Utah, where we have a lot of babies.
We do have
So
a
it's
lot of
something we're
babies.
talking about if you're pregnant, and if you're feeling like you would really like to avoid the epidural. That's kind of a new option.
Do some reading.
That's
See
very
what's going
exciting
on.
to me.
So, Mike, I want to show that video here.
I hope you feel like you gave Mike enough advanced notice.
I know. That's why I'm stalling right now.
that
He's
what that
ready.
is?
He's ready. So anyway,
And what video is this? Have
you
I
go
seen this?
into. No, I don't think you have. And I've had this for a long time.
Okay.
And it was like last year, or the year before. It was last year we went up camping in the Uintas, and you get to a point when you're a fisher guy, that especially on the small streams up there, where all of a sudden you come around the corner, and there it is, and you know that there's a fish there. So I'm going to call this. One cast, one fish.
It sounds
Here,
beautiful. It's very zen.
Watch. And the Uintas are so pretty. So you see, we're following the fishing rod. And I saw that pool. And I went, you know what?
I can see your little
So I'm standing
fishing pole.
there.
That's kind of cute.
I throw up towards the current. And I catch my fish. It's that easy, folks. And then you're done fishing.
It really was that simple.
It was that simple. Because I just knew.
It was just one cast and boom.
Yeah, and you catch a fish. And it was the first, there he is, a brookie. He's a little brookie trout.
Oh, that's so
So
funny.
coming up the end of the show, though, we go underwater with the fish. You don't see that every day. No, seriously. It's
right.
like such a bragging video because it's like, oh, I'm not bragging. Yeah, I am.
I know, but every fisher person is just like, oh,
Because it's
beautiful.
like you know when you walk up and there's that one pool and you go, oh, yeah.
All right, coming up next in Hollywood Connection,
Oh,
we
boy.
have something very, very beautiful by the name of Idris Elba, and then something very, very ugly in the name of a tweet. We'll explain next.
Yep.
We're brought to you by Fink & McGregor, mortgages made simple. Just head to fink-mcgregor.com, take 4 minutes to answer some questions, and you'll get a great idea about mortgages that you're eligible for. And by Stayfit Wellness Clinic. Go get a personalized health analysis. This is the time to get back in shape, feel better, feel younger, and without a ton of new medications at stayfitwellnessclinic.com.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. Hollywood Connections being brought to you by Connect Heating and Air.
This is a rather glorious thing, my friends, because they have a $39 air conditioner tune-up special right now, which is going to end up saving you hundreds of dollars because your air conditioner doesn't have to struggle desperately to keep you cool all summer.
do it.
Just go to UtahHeatingandCooling.com.
Now tell me the beautiful part here.
All right, let's start with Idris Elba, because that's lovely. Okay, why is it the best-looking people end up playing the ugliest-looking characters? Like Charlize Theron, she went for playing Arlene Wuornos.
Oh, my gosh.
There was the one where Nicole Kidman played a character in The Hours, and she had the gigantic beak.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, here's Idris Elba, who is admittedly the most beautiful man in Britain.
He's a beautiful man.
He's a beautiful man. Even Todd has a crush on him. He's a
I
beautiful
do.
man. A little bit of one.
What's he doing?
He's going to star and direct the contemporary version of The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Really?
Which I thought was really, really cool.
Who's he playing?
It was originally set in 15th century France, but no, it's a musical experience. He's also producing the music, and so it's like the modern version.
Oh.
And I felt like going, well, yeah, but in the modern day, there's all this reconstructive surgery, and there really wouldn't be one of those.
Oh, shit.
So
Are you kidding me?
But so that's what he's doing.
Oh, that's fine.
And I'm like, you're going to need a lot of acting ability because you're really hot, and that's going to be, watching you try to pull that one off is going to be fun.
It's going to take hours of makeup work. You know what this reminds me of is Monty Python. Monty Python, if you're fans, and you see it in the movies that followed it, The Life of Brian, all these other things. Terry, what's his face?
Terry Gilliam.
Gilliam was the director on all these films. And his goal is to make the characters as ugly as possible.
And he did beautifully.
In spite of them. Huge noses, hairs growing out of moles and stuff on their face. And they asked him, well, why'd you do it? He goes, because it's fun. And everybody else hates him for it. Anyway.
You know what's funny is we've actually
please.
interviewed him. I think we interviewed
We
him
did.
for Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
Yeah.
That was the one.
Oh, that's a great
with
one
Heath
for
Ledger.
moles and
Heath Ledger was the star, and he was so normal because we're both braced like he's going to go crazy. There will be a psychotic break.
Yeah, he's
And
just nice.
He was the nicest, most normal man.
He does.
All right, moving on to
Roseanne.
Yeah.
That's not Roseanne. Take that picture down. How heartless you are. I have strong feelings about this.
Now explain why, because Todd's got a strong history with Roseanne.
Well, we worked together, and I wrote some stuff, and we did stand-up together out of Denver at the Comedy
You
Works.
wrote a lot of her material.
No, I wrote some
You wrote
stuff.
some of her material.
Some stuff. And so, basically, she was an interesting person, very atypical, very much like her character back when, but quieter. And so, anyway, that's not the point. The point is that when she did the tweet, and a very racist tweet,
She essentially compared a very important assistant to President Obama as a cross between a Muslim and an ape, which is possibly the ugliest thing I can even begin to imagine calling another human being.
Here's the chain of events, which I was like amazed.
Now, this is the number one show for ABC.
This is the big
This is the
moneymaker.
period of time where they go out to all the advertisers at the big conventions and they start rolling out all of their most prized stuff. And Roseanne was front and center for all of ABC's stuff.
They were already starting season 2, and they're already starting to work on it. Sykes,
Wanda Sykes, who's very well known.
is one of the producers. Very
writer.
funny comedy person. Quit before the show was canceled. She
Sarah
quit.
Gilbert quit.
Yeah,
The actress who plays her daughter.
People started quitting, and next thing you know, ABC steps up and they cancel the whole thing.
Well, the parent company is Disney, and
Yeah.
Michael Eisner, who is the president of that, instantly said, it's done.
It's over.
Now, this is a big deal. This is their most lucrative project. And so for anyone who has always mocked Hollywood for putting money over principle, that's a big freaking deal.
Can I say my thing now?
Yes.
The fellow actors are out of work.
Yeah.
Wardrobe, out of work. Camera people, out of work. Lighting people, out of work. Caterers, out of work. It keeps going.
And
It turns into hundreds and hundreds of people who thought to themselves, I got a gig for the next 3 or 4 years. This is going to be great. And the actors, Dan, what's his face? He's just like, okay, well, this
John
is good.
Goodman,
Good,
yeah.
John Goodman. He's just like, okay, well, this will be great. 4 or 5 years and work it out. And the cast is all excited.
And I love Laurie Metcalf, her sister.
Probably looking at a house to buy, maybe a car. And then that happens.
Now, so far, she has presented that she is, the victim, and she's called all of her co-stars traitors.
She was busy last night on Twitter.
She's also blamed her tweet on Ambien. And Ambien, the company of Ambien, actually came back out and they said, racism is not a known side effect of taking Ambien.
Last night she spent a lot of time, apologizing and at the same time attacking. And so I just think of all the people whose lives now have totally changed because of one idiot statement on Twitter. I really do. And granted, it should happen. But I'm just thinking about all the people, and you think about, we've had some people in morning radio, and one person in the show goes off and does something asinine, and the whole show gets canceled. And so that person being
Now, yeah,
that-
and now multiply that by the hundreds of support staff that would go with a gigantic production like this, and none of those people have anything now. They're all out of work.
And she doesn't have to worry because she's got money.
Yeah, she's a millionaire. It doesn't matter to her. I don't know. It's just painful, and I know it's interesting. Tom Selleck was one of those actors I really liked when he started in Magnum PI, and everything he's done since. He said he was always excruciatingly aware that there were a lot of people who counted on him. He was very aware that he didn't want to make mistakes. He was very aware that
nice.
there was times he goes, I wish I had quit. I hated the season, or I was
Right.
exhausted, and I really wanted to quit. And he said, but then I thought, there's like 500 other people who depend on me. And it's like, you don't really see that kind of view with a lot of actors, where it's about them or their project or their image. But for a lot of these really good, responsible people, Tom Hanks is the same. It's like, I have people counting on me to do a good job.
Right.
And so ideally for every one of her, there's 2 or 3 of them. That's all I can
Adam
hope for.
Sandler actually is kind of that way too, and I know. Because
know!
if you ever notice, he's got all his friends. He has all his friends in all his movies.
They weren't really ever actors. They're
And they
just his
know.
friends, and now they're in.
And I always think it's like you're always wondering what they're going to come at as this time, And you see his friends, and they go, "Good for you."
You get a job.
His friends get to work once every 4 years. He
that's probably enough, yeah.
Probably pays them well, and everyone's it's a buddy thing. I think it's great.
Let's go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily newsroom, and she is brought to you by New Millennium Financial Group. This is the time to start thinking seriously about this. Do not let your fear overcome you. They've got a free initial idea of what you're going to need and give you some different concepts of how to handle your money. Just go to utahsfinancialplanner.com. Also by Stay Fit Wellness Group. Now, I'm very excited about Stay Fit because I'm going to be going there. At the Stay Fit Wellness Clinic, we're talking about total body health, and it doesn't have to involve a ton of prescriptions and drugs. It's a way to get rid of chronic pain, fibromyalgia, neuropathy treatments. It's pretty amazing. And also by Fink and McGregor. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com. You have no idea how the interest rates are going to change, or how much a mortgage is really supposed to cost you, or how long it's really supposed to take. When you get a call back from these people the next business day, you will be stunned by just how easy it all can be. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Here's what's making news in the US and around the world Wednesday, May 30th on GephardtDaily.com. Donald Trump expressed regret Wednesday for appointing Jeff Sessions U.S. Attorney General, agreeing with a top lawmaker who'd questioned whether the former Alabama senator was the best choice for the job. The president was replying to House Oversight and Government Reform Committee Chairman Trey Gowdy, who told CBS News Wednesday, "There are lots of really good lawyers in the country. He could have picked somebody else. I wish I did," Trump answered in a tweet that quoted Gowdy's remarks. Gowdy, a South Carolina Republican, made the comments while discussing Sessions' recusal of himself from the Russian investigation. Hamas officials had said Wednesday a ceasefire with Israel is holding after one of the most violent days in Gaza in years, but Israel says no such agreement has been reached. Tuesday, Israel's military launched airstrikes into Gaza to retaliate for a large-scale mortar attack against Israeli settlements. The strikes came shortly after Israeli President Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to respond with great force to the attacks. And a Harvard study released Tuesday determined at least 4,645 people in Puerto Rico died as a result of Hurricane Maria, a sharp contrast to the official death toll of 64. The study, conducted by researchers from Harvard School of Public Health and published in the New England Journal of Medicine, blamed most of the deaths on delayed medical care. Time now for a look at the Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's #1 audiovisual specialists, and by Magic Wash, home of the high-tech, long-lasting ceramic car wash with outlets in South Ogden and Layton. Another fine forecast in store for the Wasatch Front, where it'll be warm and breezy with plenty of sunshine the next couple of days, with highs in the mid to upper 80s. A small storm front will lead to a cool down Friday with highs in the 70s and a chance of showers, but will dry out over the weekend with temps back in the 80s. For more news 24/7, check out GephardtDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, my dear Daisy. Stay Fit Wellness Clinic. It's interesting because I had a chance to talk to the doctor last week, and his wife, who is amazing. She's actually a doctorate in education, smartest woman. But they had actually retired from an incredibly successful practice, and they went on a mission to Fiji, and then they came back and they went, everyone still seems miserable and in pain and taking a ton of medication. So they decided to start a practice again. And here's the deal. When you're talking about things like neuropathy treatments and you're talking about fibromyalgia and all these chronic pain symptoms, it causes an enormous amount of side effects, depression and misery and all the other things that go with it. And you're thinking that level of hopelessness that things can't get better. Well, they can. And here's the deal. Not only do they have amazing massage and laser treatments and all kinds of different options they can use for you, but they also go with total head-to-toe fitness. They want to make sure that you've got an overall whole body health so that they're not just patching up one problem, because that's always the thing. You go to a regular doctor, they have a certain amount of time because of your insurance. They're going to rush through it, try to get that one thing fixed, and you're done. The doctor would rather go through it all with you, take a look, and then see if he can give you a customized plan that's going to make you feel 1,000% better. Now, if you just want to go to stayfitwellnessclinic.com, stayfitwellnessclinic.com, make sure you make a consultation. Tell them Todd and Erin sent you. You're going to feel so much better.
All right, I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay.
Fake news. The story is out of China. It's research, and it talks about something called fake news. Polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons.
Polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. So this is something.
Close enough. Yeah.
Hydrocarbons you smell?
Yeah, no.
You breathe in?
Fake news. Comes out of China. And basically, when you're in your house and you walk out and you know that smell, and you get that smell and you're like, smell of barbecue. You're dying. You're dying.
I don't care.
You know you're dying.
They're saying the smell of barbecue is going to kill you.
It's fake news. High temperature meat cooking puts off hydrocarbons, and they call it PAH. PAH, and they actually go and contaminate your body, and it can cause lung disease and DNA mutations. Fake news.
They say the fumes can be absorbed through the skin.
Yes.
And clothing won't fully protect you.
Fake news. Yeah, and that's what they're saying. So every time you're sitting out there and you smell that barbecue, you just, hey, thanks for the lung cancer and stuff, you with your PAH. Fake news.
Okay.
Fake. It's not real. They're liars. They're liars. They're trying to take every minute piece of fun out of your life.
It's like the KFC and the vegetarian chicken. It's like no one wants us to be happy anymore.
To reduce your exposure to these toxic compounds, the researchers recommend laundering clothes immediately after you are grilling.
Well, they just said that it can go through the clothes now.
And get rid of all your friends.
And any joy you may ever have in your entire life.
That's right. And just go back and use your toaster oven.
All right, coming up.
Because no one's ever sat around a microwave drinking beer. It's always barbecue. Just saying.
Coming up next,
That was fake news.
Todd's magnificent fish video and the story of Only in Maine.
Only in Maine can this
Only
happen.
in Maine.
Maniacs.
Todd lived there, he knows.
Coming up next.
We're brought to you by Connect Heating and Air. Go to UtahHeatingandCooling.com for their $39 air conditioner tune-up special. Some care now could make the difference in hundreds of dollars of energy bills this summer. And by New Millennium Financial Group. Take your feeble financial health back to a more robust position with a consult with New Millennium Financial Group. They're offering a complimentary financial analysis to get you started at utahsfinancialplanner.com.
Oh, look how green that is. Oh my gosh. The mountain cam is doing his prad today.
And it's the one day that we don't actually have to worry about rain. So thank you for that.
Oh, that's really nice. I take you to Maine. Maniacs.
This is like,
This is so typical. This is
is
so
it
typical.
really? It's so
'cause
bizarre though.
people in Maine are creative. They live in a harsh environment. They are attacked by black flies in the spring, mosquitoes during the summer.
We've been there.
Bitter cold, frostbite during the winter, and that's it.
But there's lobster.
There's lobster. That's
There's
the only
lobster.
thing. So the police were called, this is in Maine, about central Maine, and guy reported that someone had stolen his 25-foot shed.
You mean the shed? Well, why would you take a shed?
Well, someone evidently stole it, and they wanted. That's probably someone's new house.
There's no wheels on it. They didn't put it on a trailer. They were just dragging an
were-
actual shed off a foundation and just dragged it
Yeah,
away.
there's no foundation. They're just dragging it, And
There's no wheels or anything.
No, you just drag it, skid it, across the pavement, and hope that it's short enough distance. By the time you get there, you just have a roof, and the rest has been scraped away.
Yeah, broken apart.
No, the police, the highway patrol got there, and they started following the shed going down the road. And they finally got around it. It's attached to their pickup
I would have
truck.
taken time because I would have been laughing so hard. I would have worried that I wouldn't be able to pay attention long enough to arrest anybody.
This is definitely movie stuff. I mean, dash cam. It's so funny. You
Like
pull
Christmas
around the
party,
corner.
we're winning.
Now, here's the part that makes this Maine. So there's 3 guys. They're stealing a shed. It's chained to the back of their truck. They're driving it down the street. Number E, they're doing it in broad daylight. And here's the kicker. This is why it's in Maine. Each of the men are in jail because they can't come up with their $5,000 bail. And that's what makes it Maine. We've got a bunch of comments on Facebook about the video I showed catching the fish.
There's mad respect for you. Dan said that he had no idea such a thing could be done. That's pretty cool.
So basically, you go back and look at it. So people are going, what about catch and release? Because I showed at the end that he's hanging from the spinner that I was using.
And he was a little guy.
And, well, not that man. So, brook trout. So to prove the point that I do believe in catch and release, unless I'm really hungry, we'll show you the rest of this video.
Okay.
And you guys have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Say hi to my little fish.